Hi guys, I just watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood by Quentin Tarantino, and I have no words to express how awesome this movie is. This is a pure masterpiece. And let me tell you how I watched it before we I go into the whole analysis. And so I was first of all not ready to watch it because I thought that this is just another Quentin Tarantino movie, and frankly speaking, I was not that interested in this movie because of the Hateful Eight. The Hateful Eight was good, but it was nothing new and it was nothing surprising. It was good, but it was not surprising, or it was not having that kind of elements. And so I did not intend to watch it, and really I was really unhappy with the last movie I watched in theater, and that was Avengers Endgame. It was completely mediocre, and I completely thought that that era is over when we are surprised by movies. We are not going to be surprised by any movie now. Like, I was waiting for the Joker movie, but other than that, I was not having any intention of watching any of these movies. But then I thought that yes, we should give it a try, and surprisingly I did not read the spoilers of this movie, and I was thinking about reading the spoilers, and I read the fake spoilers that were posted on Wikipedia previously, and and so I knew, and as it happened in history for truth, that Sharon Tate died, but it was also I was like, okay, so one should give it a try, and one should really think about watching this. I was okay that let's just go. Obviously, Leonardo Dicaprio, Brad Pitt, and above them all, Quentin Tarantino. This is the multi-star cast, and this movie sells by its name. Like the director of the movie has the potential to sell this movie. That was the power of this movie, and so I thought that yes, just let's go and watch this. And there are some reports that this might be the last movie of 2020. This might be the last movie of Quentin Tarantino. And previously, before watching the movie, I just hope that it should not be the last movie. Like, he should make more and more movies. And after I watched it, I was like, this should be the last movie of Tarantino. It is so good. I don't think that he can ever transcend what he did in this movie. And like, there are no words to express how thrilled and how moved I am. Like, this rarely happens in a Tarantino movie that I I literally was touched. Like, I became literally emotional, like when that end happened of the movie. And there is no word to describe it except that it is a pure masterpiece by a cinephile. Like, he is a lover of movies, and he has created an awesome masterpiece. And this movie is so good that it should be his last, by all means. Like, I think that it should be his last. See, so with Inglorious Bastards, the second movie, the second most movie which I like of Quentin Tarantino after this one. So with Inglorious Bastards, I really loved it, but it did not touch me anywhere. It was not that emotional. It was not that moving. Like, and so let's go to the spoiler part. If you're not seen the movie, please go and watch this movie and enjoy the making of cinema. Like, enjoy the beauty and the magic of what movies were at one time. So the difference between Inglorious Bastards and this is that obviously they both have the same ending if you have watched the movie. So they, in both the movies, Quentin Tarantino rewrites the history. Like he, in Inglourious Bastards, he shows Hitler being killed by a Jew and some American soldiers, and in this movie he shows that the Charlie Manson murdering spree does not get successful. But here is a bit difference that it looks quite real. Like it is like it is not the same thing with the way he showed Hitler getting killed. Like it was looking completely foolish and farcical out there. Like it was looking, yeah, it was a farce. Like, but here it is looking completely real that actually someone stopped the Charlie Manson murders. And really, man, this movie is so moving. And there are some people I have seen that there are some people on internet who are saying that, who are criticizing the ending of this movie, and they are the stupidest people I've ever seen. Like the ending of this movie is what makes it. Like this movie is one of it might be the only one movie, it might be the only one Tarantino movie that gives us some hope, like that has some meaning in it. Like other than that, Tarantino made just entertaining movies. Like there was something like this in Kill Bill Volume 2, there was something like this in Django Unchained, but this movie is the movie that shows us that even if our time has come, we can still try to move ahead. And like I did not expect it from Tarantino. Like I did not expect this kind of message from Tarantino. Through Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, he shows us that their times are over, their careers are over, they are growing in uncertainty, but still they are able, but still they can go ahead. They have got a chance, and all they have to do is just grab the opportunity. And really, man, like this movie is just deeply moving. Like anyone else who is saying that this is not a good movie is really stupid. Like this is purely a masterpiece. Like like there is no way that you can debate this idea that this is the best Tarantino movie. Like this stands equal to Inglorious Bastards, and that is the highest bar that can be set. And and as I told that it is a deeply moving movie, it was a deeply emotional movie for me, but still, like, do not be of this idea that this is having any amount of lesser entertainment. Like I still cannot process all the pop culture references that were there. I still cannot process like what all things were really happening, like in those reels, like DiCaprio in an Italian movie, DiCaprio in a black and white movie. Oh my goodness, man! Like I still am enthralled by what these people created. Like this is pure masterpiece. Like amazing. Like this, like Quentin Tarantino deserves an Oscar for this, undoubtedly. Like this is a movie for the lovers of cinema. Like anyone who has watched, who has who has developed his psyche, not just himself, but who has just developed himself by watching Hollywood movies, he's going to love this. And such a beautiful short composition and such a beautiful build up of suspense. Like I never thought that I will be this enthralled by a movie now. Like after watching that mediocre Avengers Endgame, and I really want to say that there are people who are watching that Endgame again and again, again and again, at their fucking homes. Like you man child, you should go and watch this movie 10 times, 20 times, 50 times, and 100 times. Like this is the movie of our age. and I was really moved. Like that, this movie literally was an end of an era. Like like if you watch the box office right now, there is the Lion King, there is Aladdin, and these are not movies, man. Like we know what is going to happen. There is nothing shocking happening. There is nothing suspenseful happening. And but this movie, oh my god! Like I literally thought two, three times that Brad Pitt is going to die now. Brad Pitt is going to die now, and Brad Pitt is the hero of the movie, man. Like, like he moved me more than Dicaprio could, and I literally thought that Brad Pitt is going to die now, but he did not die, and that is the suspense it built up like at two, 3 points, and I want Brad Pitt to have an Oscar nomination and overcome Phoenix and Brad Pitt fighting it out in the final. Like they two must be the final contenders if there is any justice in this Hollywood and in this world. And these two people should get an Oscar. And finally, I will just say that the ending is superb. Like I was so happy. Like people are saying that it is showing violence against those people who have not done anything till now. Like you are the dumbest people on this planet. Like like recently there have been two mass shootings, one in El Paso and Dayton, and when I watched this, I was like, this this movie is a, this movie is an ode by Tarantino to those innocent people who die. Like this movie is a way to pay tribute by Tarantino to all those innocent people who die, and anyone who decides to take life of innocent people should be rewarded by the harshest punishment. And this is what this movie shows, and I was enjoying so much when I was watching those idiots getting killed in the end. Oh my god, this movie made my day, this movie made my month, this movie made my whole fucking year. Like I was so destroyed by Endgame. Endgame was such a mediocre, and it was such an expected movie. Like there was nothing surprising happening. We all knew that this will happen, this will happen, this will happen. But this movie moved me completely. Like oh my goodness, man. And like there's nothing else I can say. The beauty, like the beauty of all the actors in this movie. All the actors have looked so beautiful. Every set piece has looked so beautiful. Brad Pitt is awesome. Brad Pitt is my hero, and I did not want him to die, and he did not die. And finally, the end of this movie. The end of this movie leaves you with a tinge of hope, and this is what we need right now. And there is no way that you can criticize the end of this movie. Like the end of this movie is about giving hope to people, and they have completely succeeded in it. Like please don't do it with this movie. Don't involve your disgust in politics, that this should not happen, or there should not be a punishment to those people who are like Tarantino is rewriting history. Tarantino is giving justice to those innocent people who were killed by this brainwashed psychopaths. And I really loved this movie. I loved this movie. Please don't say that this is not a good movie, please. This is an awesome movie, and respect to it. Love it and respect it. Thanks Tarantino, and I want this to be his last because this is a masterpiece, and I don't think that it can be transcended ever. It was it was entertaining, and at the same time it was deeply emotional, and it touched me at a lot of times, like when DiCaprio starts crying and hundreds of things. Like you just go and watch this movie on your own. This is one of the best movies I've ever seen in theaters. Thank you.